That's a fantastic question, Luke. Let's dive into it. So, pink bases are some of my favorite ways to make a very warm yellow. Just remember to do some zenithal highlights and panel modulation so that the highest points of the model will be the brightest yellow when you set the model down on the tabletop. In terms of Tamiya ink, I couldn't find any inks made by Tamiya. However, I think two alternatives would match what you're looking for. Tamiya flat yellow paint, code X8, or Liquitex yellow orange azo ink. Here's 4 models I've done with both of these methods. Let's look into them. So both of these models were primed Tamiya pink primer. This one right here you can generally buy online for $8. It's the Tamiya pink surface primer, then zenithaled with some kind of white. If I recall correctly, this one was zenithaled with Citadel White Scar primer. This one was zenithaled with Tamiya white surface primer. This is now my go-to white primer, so it's what I would personally recommend. However, I've been very pleased with my testing of Monument Gray primer. So if you can't find the Tamiya white primer, the Monument white primer should be a nice substitution. So you can tell by looking at the shades of bright yellow to mid-tone orange, especially here on this pauldron, on the underside of the armor. It's a smooth yellow. It lies flat, and you get great transitions from the highest points to the darkest points of the model. So I would say if you're looking for an acrylic paint, Lemon Yellow X8 is a great way to go. However, if you're picking an ink very specifically to use in an airbrush, then I feel like this Liquitex acrylic ink is a nice way to go. It's not my favorite. Here, let me show you. So my first time using it was with a Mephiston red primer, zenithaled with White Scar. It came out way too orange, even in the parts that were the brightest white of the model. Now that's most likely because the red was too dark as a base. So trying it again later with pink, it's almost a completely different color. It doesn't even look close to the one on the color in the bottle, which is good. This is a much nicer yellow that we achieved through a pink base. You can see that we get some nice recess shading. We get some nice darker oranges in the recesses, which is why I would primarily use an ink or a contrast paint to achieve such a look. So if you're looking for a ink specifically, so you don't have to worry about measuring thinners or trying to thin down contrast paints or speed paints, then I would say this Liquitex Yellow Orange Azo is a very nice one. If you are thinking about versatile yellow in general, my recommendation would be... hang on. I got too many paints. I'd recommend Maize Yellow and a little bit of Airbrush Medium. Now, the Maize Yellow has the versatility of working well either just straight on the model or in an airbrush. You don't even need that much Airbrush Medium to thin it out, just like a couple drops, maybe 2 drops for 8 drops of Maize Yellow, and that goes through the airbrush just fine. If you are thinking of a pure ink experience instead of having to buy Airbrush Medium, then yes, I would recommend this ink over the other one I've tried. Amarillo Yellow. I have not had good luck with this, either in the airbrush or otherwise. I know AK Interactive makes a really nice yellow ink, or what I've heard is a really nice yellow ink. I just haven't been able to get my hands on it yet to try it out. But hey, hope you found this helpful and insightful. Thanks so much.